Good morning to the new members and to the old members that have found their way back to the community. I need you just as much as you need me. In this morning's update, we're going to talk about the possibility of still a 25% rally in February, as February's got about 6 days left here. Can we find the potential to rally at the end of the month here, or is it going to continue into March after the $1 billion is released from escrow as normal? And then normally about 50 to 65%, if not more, is locked back away. So we'll watch that dynamic unfold next week. This week, for now, we're not worried about that dynamic. That'll happen in the trading week next week. So this thinly traded weekend, as we get to it, not today, but after tomorrow's close, should be a very interesting time. There's been a little movement around crypto. We've had DGB up 8.39% so far. So we'll take a look at DigiByte for anybody who's a fan of that, since it is moving this morning. We've also had HBARs up about 6.92% right now. So there has been a little movement within our holdings. XRP is down 1.79%. It managed to close over the descending triangle resistance as a support right now on the daily time frame yesterday. So we'll take a look and update that technical analysis. And then we'll also look at a little article that talks about a possible 25% move with Ripple or with XRP to end February. That's just a very short 1 to 2 minute read, so I'll read that when I find it appropriate within this update. So please make sure to hit that like button, as it'll help push this video through the YouTube recommendations, allowing not just new viewers to find their way to the community, but old viewers that might be looking for the content but haven't seen it through YouTube. This will give YouTube a reason why to recommend it more grand scale and allow our audience to continue to grow. So I just want to thank everybody for tuning in this morning. Please make sure to hit that like button as I go through the intro and timestamp this video so that YouTube will recommend this update and more people can see this. Good morning, 8:45 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on this Thursday, February 22nd, 2024. I'm XRP Future Millionaire, and I reside in the great state of Michigan. So it's good to be back this morning. We've had a lot of volatility in the last 24 hours. We've had XRP range bound. And I don't necessarily think this is the chart I want to start with. I think I want to start with this chart. This is where yesterday we have this descending triangle. This pattern formation, if you're new or returning, this started in January of 2024. And now we're trying to use this as a support area instead of resistance on this downtrending resistance line on this, what looks like a descending triangle. Down in here, first hit on January 23rd, second hit on January 31st for the double bottom. And then we had the ensuing rally that got us over to here, pushed past this up or downtrending resistance line, got above the 200-day, but right now we got rejected on the daily time frame, at least the first attempt over. But all it did was came back down and looked for the 534 pivot point, held it. Now we came back down to the 20-day around 541. So we're going to see if this continues on, or if this is where we're going to get a stronghold here, and this will be our next leg up. If we do get another leg up from here, obviously, conditionally, we have to be over this descending triangle support now and not use it as a resistance. And that's around 54 cents right now. I say 541 just to be safe so that we can get over the top end of the resistance and hold it more clear. And this is the immediate formation, but I still think looking at the July of 2023 formation, which, yes, it goes back about, another 6 months from the formation we're looking here, until you break outside of this. If we were to come up here to the top of the rising channel resistance, well, that plays on a pattern formation that goes back to June of 2022. But you can't get into that range until first you say concretely that, okay, well, we're not worried about this formation now. Now it's doing what it needs to do, and that pushes us into the July of 23 formation, which is here. And then we put this uptrending support that formed from support up to the attempt to next resistance. It's formed a nice uptrend, which started back in January of this year, which is how you got that descending formation, descending triangle in such a short area. But this is where the uptrend started. Now it's converging, and it seems to us that it will end on March 8th, regardless, even if it consolidates through. But it looks like it's targeting up here around, and as it comes down, if it would have been on February 9th, it would have been about 60 cents. As it is now, we're 13 days later, it's around 58 cents is the resistance if it hits it by March 1st. If it hits it Sometime this weekend, it would be around 58.8 if it hits it by Saturday. So it does come down each and every day, so you have to pay attention to that dynamic. It's not that the targets are changing, it's just that downtrending resistance line changes on this formation as the days go on. So it does make it seem like the targets do change, but it's still targeting the same areas. And as far as the possible 25% rally by the end of March, this is what we're talking about, the dynamic here. It's where does it bounce out, though, is the question. We're right around 538. Right now, it's still, we're targeting that rising channel resistance. This is where it's being targeted because that looks like the logical resistance point as this formation has been going since June of 2022. If you were to get past this, this is when you can get back to a bullish play on things. And what I mean by that is then you go back into the all-time formation and you start to seek out the resistance that started in 2017 or 2018 in January and the convergence from the support in March of 2020. That pattern is forming what I consider a contracting triangle as it gets to the end, or a converging triangle. And this pattern ends December of 2024. So either way, it's going to have to make a decision by December. And when I was saying it in 21, showing the pattern, 22, 23, it seems like it's so far away, but now it's actually the year of. You know, we're within 10 months of that end target, not even. So it's very interesting how this pattern formation is playing out. And I'll continue to say day after day, from a portfolio standpoint, don't overanalyze what you're holding. It's that simple. Don't overanalyze what is going on from a portfolio standpoint. The ebb and flows, the up and down during the accumulation phase, the momentum, the mojo, the manipulation, it's to get every single person out with these high times of liquidity. That is the master plan right now. We can hide it. We can talk about it as if it's not there, or we can act like it's not happening. But think about it. When you're looking for liquidity and main investors are institutional investors for the amount of money put into XRP, and then you've got retail investors that make a very small minority of the investors, you're going to take that money as easily as possible, and you're going to start to manipulate an asset. It happens all across crypto. It's not just related to crypto. It's in precious metals, commodities, the gold and silver markets. It's in the energy sectors. It's all over the place. It's in the government bonds, the interest rates. Everything is manipulated. So there's got to be a catalyst here somehow, some way. And for XRP, it really... Oh, so it deleted my downtrending. Maybe I deleted that on that. But there really does need to be some sort of catalyst as we move our way through here. So, you know, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be very interesting. Let me set this back up properly. Okay, because that's how it should be. I think it slipped up a little bit, but this is how it should be. That's how important this level is. And we're like right on it. And I modified it a little bit because it was up too high. I think it was at 541. That's not accurate because if you actually look at this formation, it needed to be down just a little bit. So being right around 538 is more appropriate. So 53.8 is where I'm looking at. It just didn't seem right to me when I was looking at it. 53.8. I must have moved it yesterday on accident when I was showing the charts. But 53.8 is that area we're looking to hold. I believe we are right on it right now. So it makes perfect sense in this descending triangle. So that's what we're looking at. And then if that plays out properly, this is where we're actually in this kind of a setup right now. If you go back to July of 2023, just so you can see the uptrending support, it actually lines up so perfectly. If it breaks down from 538, this 53 cent area could be a stronghold. But right now I am pretty fascinated with this setup for the fact that for the first time, and we've seen it for a matter of almost, 10 days now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, about 8 days we've been trying to validate this breakout. And now the 20-day is starting to support on it. If this happens and we move up to the next layer, we're going to invalidate that death cross. We need to make the next bounce up. That's all we're waiting for now. We could invalidate this death cross in very short order. So a lot of information this morning. We're trying to stay narrowed into the shorter time frame. Yes, I went over the pattern that started in January of 2018 as well and converged for 27 months roughly. And then found its low at March of 2020. We're still working on that exact formation here today in February of 2024. So it's been over 6 years and we're still converging. And the cool thing about these formations, if it plays true in the end, yes, you could come all the way back down to 38 cents. That's the uptrending support. Basically, the line in the sand today is 38 cents. Now, if it came down there, you'd fill out the formation, but it's really looking like it's looking for a hit of resistance. Even if it goes back to 38, it looks like it's trying to target a hit up near the mid 70 cent mark if it gets its way in the all-time pattern to get that third hit of resistance. We've already had 3 hits of support to confirm that side of the pattern. A third hit of resistance would just confirm the entirety of this bear market consolidation after a grand scale move to all-time high. So there is a lot of information to be had out here. DGB's up 8.06% at 0.00922 or 992. We were just over 1 cent briefly. We've broken out of a very key resistance area and now on the way back up as we do circulate here. Man, this is interesting. Now we've got a 1046 high. You break that high, I think it's just a little bit above it, right? 1076. If DGB gets and holds 1076, we're going to end up hitting that target up there at 1285, 1.285 cents much sooner than expected. We knew we were coming up there, but if we can get out of this little consolidation zone, we got a lot of stuff looking nice because we put in a bullish handle on the cup. Like, let's just call it for what it is, folks. DGB has a bullish handle on the cup. It may be a short-term cup, but that isn't the point. The point is it's got that bullish handle now. And if it continues up, you should swing. So we'll see what happens here with DGB. But watch that 1079 line. And if you're part of DGB, we're approaching a 1x already. I mean, there's no other way to put it. If it gets up to the 1-2, we'd be at about a 1x. Right now, where it's at, DGB, up some, I don't even know. It's amazing when you see these move like this. Because, like, for me, my favorite feeling is being in accumulation because then I don't have to do anything. I can just sit here until the next rally. Where it starts to get interesting now, though, is like DGB is also up about 65% now all of a sudden here. 62%. So, as they go, it becomes a lot more, much more volatile, but a lot more intriguing. H-bar is up 5.83%. Not much in the way of movement in the market. Couple of assets we own and that we're like H-bar is up 1x. We bought this at 5.2 at max, and then we bought it on the way down to 4.2. So I just say 5 cents is my average, even though it's lower. But we're looking fantastic here. We came through. We held the support down here at about 10.3 perfectly. You couldn't ask for it better. Now we've got 2 layers at 11.03 roughly, and then 11.68. You break 11.68, I mean, you're talking big next levels. And we've got 15. We show the 18 cents on the cup and handle on the consolidation move. And I'll bring that out later. But this is just standard stuff here. This is standard stuff here because we've got to get through this update. But pay attention to H-bar because if you look at it in the shorter time frames, H-bar is attempting once again to consolidate, hold this support level, and then possibly try pushing up again because it, again, is putting in a bullish handle here. So if it continues breaking up, there's a lot of momentum here that could push you up near 18 cents with H-bar. So just pay attention. And then with Bitcoin, it's down 740 points right now to 51,105. And Bitcoin, I think Bitcoin is pretty... Honestly, I think Bitcoin is easy to navigate right now. Very easy. The only thing that's not easy is knowing whether you should go short or long here. That's why you should be in before the volatility if you're going long. But some are going short and they've been losing their shorts on Bitcoin every step of the way up. I encourage you not to lose your socks and your top hat. But, you know, we could be on that ascension right now. If Bitcoin did break down, we know that the technical target right now is this uptrending support in this ascending triangle right now that's formed after the hit on support in the broadening wedge, and now back up to resistance on the broadening wedge. It created an ascending formation so that we can see if we're bullish, and it gives us a zone of consolidation. So 47,700 would be the area I'd be targeting if it breaks down. Obviously, if it does this by the end of March 1st, that changes all the way up to 49,400. So it's just the basic consolidation. And then we have to see, because it looks like possibly we could be starting a prototypical style bull flag here. I mean, look at this extension. We haven't had much consolidation at all. And we're technically staying range bound. I mean, if we're looking at this, you could say we're breaking up into a bull flag. If this were to break out properly, you would break up first level, retest it, and if that worked out properly, you're looking plus 66,000. So that's the breakout of this broadening wedge that's gone back some time. The broadening wedge started all the way back in December of 23. So it's taken some time. You've had huge clearouts of liquidity. And I suggest look in the 3 hour and like kind of this descending structure within the relative strength index. That's a bullish reversal when it gets to the bottom. So yeah, it looks like it shouldn't be able to move up more. But I have a strange speculation that even if we come to 47.7, Bitcoin still got some room to go. Still got some room to go. And there's no guarantee we come all the way down to 47.7. But I did want to show this just so everybody can see this. And watch the daily time frame. Because if we do continue to rotate down, it's either we come down to the 20-day or the 20-day works its way up day by day, which it has been moving up pretty quickly. So just pay attention to that. I'm XRP Future Millionaire. We got one more thing to read about XRP with the possible 25% move. But if you got anything out of this update from the technical analysis side, at least in the beginning, please make sure to hit that like button so that YouTube will recommend this video and more people can see the influential information and just the things that need to be seen. If you appreciate my work, consider hitting that subscribe button and join the over 20,200 subscribers. If you do appreciate what I do and you're like, I need to pay it forward to this guy, he puts in an exorbitant amount of time, consider joining Tom's Army. Get a cool emoji badge next to your name. It helps me fund the program. And if you don't want to do that, consider sending one YouTube super chat per month to pay it forward. And if you're looking to trade XRP, your favorite crypto, make sure you take advantage of MEXC right now. For the next several weeks, though, until they say otherwise, they have 0 spot fees or 0 leverage trading fees. So deposit money now and take advantage of your favorite crypto, especially in the consolidation mode right now, so that you can get into a position, or if you're looking to do some leverage, find a platform where you don't have to pay any fees. So that's 0% fees. That's in the video description below right now, along with PHEMEX for the UK and outside the USA especially, and then BITUNIX is very good outside the USA, but also good within the USA as well. So that's all in the video description below, the ways I choose to trade so I don't have to pay the exorbitant fees of Uphold and others. So last thing I want to talk about is this. Ripple riding the wave of momentum. Ripple, often hailed as one of the top crypto coins, has been making waves in the cryptocurrency market. Recent technical analysis suggests that XRP may experience a significant price jump of up to 25% in February. This surge comes amidst a backdrop of increasing adoption and favorable market conditions. And as we went through on the technical analysis, we could see how we are attempting a breakout from the January of 2024 formation, but it firmly keeps us within that July of 2023 formation, that consolidation. And that is a very key area right now as we are trying to, even in this moment, at 53.8 cents and some change, we're just over that descending triangle support right there, right at about that exact spot. We did not lose the pivot point at 53.4 cents, and we did not close the daily under the 538 descending triangle support. We actually closed up with plenty of distance around 54.40. So now today is another, can we hold this 53.8 cents? This morning we've had a small dip down, but is the rest of the market like what we've seen with HBAR up 6%, or what like we've seen with DGB up about 8.6%? Is that a signal of what's to come, or are those a few anomalies within the market? Even though we have been starting to have this downward consolidation, that's the question we need to ask ourselves. So let's continue reading this. Analysts point to several factors driving Ripple's potential uptrend. Firstly, Ripple's weekly timeframe technical analysis reveals an ascending support trend line since November of 2022, signaling sustained upward momentum despite a temporary setback in July of 2023. And there's the formation we've been talking about that is set up on our chart since July of 23 when it formed. XRP has demonstrated resilience, with recent bullish movements hinting at a possible breakout. Moreover, the weekly relative strength index, RSI, is turning bullish, indicating favorable conditions for XRP. This momentum and positive sentiment surrounding the broader cryptocurrency market positions Ripple as a strong contender for investors seeking the best cryptocurrency investments. So that's just a small little thing about the wave of momentum for Ripple. A 25% possibility for a jump in February. So I think that's pretty cool. As February unfolds, crypto enthusiasts are eagerly eyeing Ripple XRP, anticipating a potential 25% price surge. With the market showing signs of renewed bullish momentum, investors are looking to capitalize on promising opportunities within the crypto landscape. Alongside Ripple, emerging contenders like Polkadot and the meme coin phenomenon Rebel Satoshi are garnering attention as potential leaders in the next bull rally. So that's what we're looking at for XRP. Hopefully this update found you well. It's been a beautiful 20 minutes. Make sure if you watch this until the end, you hit the like button so YouTube will recommend this video. And if you made it until the very end, make sure you type in chat, hashtag be better, do better, so that I know.